Vendetta has been looking at doing is Aiden is really not performing at the moment, and he doesn't really have the tech to spread around to be able to run mage tech. I'm not sure what he's saving all these coins for. But yeah, most of his tech is going into Ranger, and he's been putting some into Warrior for his Asmodel and Sleepless. So his Ranger is obviously focusing on his Mickey and his Demon Hunter. The Asmo and the Sleepless is relatively straightforward. It would be nicer if they were higher stars in terms of getting more boost out of the tech, but that's why his Ranger is his highest. So what he's been looking at doing is he's been looking at replacing his Aiden with, of all things, a Baade, and this is sort of following on from my funny screen cap saying that Baade is not too bad. He's now a little bit of a one-shot hero with this 75% chance of dealing 520% of attack extra damage, but the thing that we sort of worked out with Baade, because we did the maths on it last night, is that to be a true one-shot, you need to be critting and getting that proc. So Baade is mostly going to be focusing on the crit stone. He does gain crit chance with each basic attack, so that crit stone is definitely the way to go for his PvP damage, but it was just a little bit of an unknown as to whether he would be better off focusing on an attack stone in an attempt to have a more consistent, it's probably in everything, to have a more consistent outcome. Rather than relying on the crit, but the way it sort of works out is that the with the attack stone, the damage is a little bit low to be a one-shot, or to be like an assisted one-shot where you've already dealt a little bit of damage to the hero and you're just using the active to finish it off from say 70 or 80%. And in that regard, his Karam works well because it targets the basic attack on the lowest HP, and Baade targets his active on the hero with the lowest HP. So you can guarantee that on turn 2, Baade will be hitting the target that Karam has just hit, with the only possible exception of some sort of turn 1 healing that leads to another target being lower that's taken damage, such as like the first slot hero. In most cases it will be what is it still in? It's in Free Team Arena. What's his lineup at the moment? Okay. I should probably set back his speed. Okay. We'll probably be changing that soon. That one, and the Sleepless had deep eyes. Okay, so very temporarily this lineup is going to be missing one hero, but that should be alright. So probably the first time ever we're doing an Aiden for Baade replacement. Vendetta has said that if in the future Baade either gets nerfed or falls off, he's happy to just replace Baade again. Like he may go for a Karmath or a Corpse Demon in the future. So at the moment he's just trying to get a boost out of this hero, which he's not getting from Aiden. And now we have a 10-star Baade, which is possibly one of the first ever. Now this is not an unreasonable stone, because Baade does have quite high HP, so buffing that a little bit more is going to be helpful. His damage typing allows holy damage to add to both his active normal damage and the proc damage, so that works fine. The only thing is the fact that the holy damage bypasses armor, and he has quite a bit of armor break going on. So this isn't a great stone for armor break heroes, or heroes that already have holy damage. It's not a bad place to start, but what we'll probably do is we'll probably re-roll it to crit later, as we discussed. Certainly from like a turn 5 active onwards, crit is going to be your best option. So we should go put that back in his team arena. And I will actually just put that in front of the Demon Hunter. Same thing with his normal arena team. Although I will swap that. So, to give you a little bit of a comparison, now in this setup, the two warriors will most likely die to an active from we're versing Sigmund as the raid boss, so the two warriors will both likely die to an active, so I'm going to put them up front in an attempt to give the rest of the heroes a little bit more of a chance. Finishing with Karam and Baade. Now we should also probably change some of the artifacts around. What have we got? So we got one anti-warrior red, Anti-mage. Not a lot else. Karam is probably alright with the attack and crit. He doesn't really want speed. We'll probably actually put this on Baade. And we will... What else can we do? We'll switch this to Oak's Heart. Possibly get another turn or two out of Demon Hunter. Now, ideally Baade would be a little bit higher HP because you would also have another set of 5-star gear. I might actually pinch Asmodeel's 4-star gear because I feel like this will work out slightly better for this run. Okay, so we'll do this and then we'll do a stone reroll and we'll do a damage comparison. So we're going to go Sleepless, Asmodeel, Demon Hunter, Mickey, Karam. I'm using Fox. I'll slow this down. So Demon Hunter might die to the first active. Okay, unfortunately that wasn't a proc from the Baade. So we only got 790,000 out of it. I'll try once more. Unfortunately, those counters are just so devastating. It's a 500,000 because it's a crit, but it's still not a proc. Actually, it might be. The holy damage just might not be contributing as much as I'm expecting, and that might be a proc even. So let's go ahead and try and re-roll his stone. This is not off to a great start. I'm just debating whether I keep that in the meantime. Yeah, I think we will. Okay, so the attack stone is an option. Might do like a couple more rerolls. No, okay. Well, I'm going to leave it there rather than burn through all his dust trying to get the stone. And we'll do 2 more hits. Hopefully the Karam doesn't die to the active right now as well. Ugh. So we lost Baade instead. I really feel like you should be able to okay. I really feel like you should be able to crowd control the raid bosses to an extent, because it's just rude when you can't even dodge them. Just to put a little bit of a cap on this video, I just wanted to give another shout out to Vendetta for letting me use his account to take some of the footage of Karam in Aspen Dungeon and the Baade hero exchange. Vendetta has put up some subsequent video he took of Baade against the OD01 Marauder, and I'll just show you a screenshot from that now. Now, just for a little bit of point of reference, the Baade is using a 90% anti-mage artifact, whereas the Karam is only using a 42% red. So it's not exactly an apples comparison, but certainly the Baade is doing quite a lot of damage. Part of it is coming from the fact that you do have the right faction typing with Shadow against Fortress, but certainly don't underestimate Baade for PvE, because having 100% crit and 100% arm break towards the end of the 15 rounds, every hit is doing quite a bit of damage. So I'll leave this video here. Thanks for watching.